Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV on this Thursday evening, which is Premier League Eve, by the way. Premier League Eve. So it's like Christmas Eve, but it's Premier League Eve because it does begin tomorrow because Man United play Fulham tomorrow. So it is Premier League Eve tonight. I'm joined by John. And how are you today, John?
Tony, how we doing, man? Thanks so much for having us on your show, indeed. Look, I just a bit of a rant off air, and I'm sorry about that, but I think you kind of understand what I'm on about. But Listen, it's great to have you on, man. It's great to have us on. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry for the late start. Microsoft decided to do an update when I switched my computer on, so I had to wait for that to go through, or else it would have been the show wouldn't have gone ahead until that sorted itself out. But thankfully, they've done their update now, so just have to make sure I schedule the updates during the day or whatever. Anyway, before we start the show, if you do enjoy what you see, please do smash the like. It really does help the channel up the search, and it means new viewers find it more easily. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come be part of this great community. Also, hitting the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. You can become a member by clicking the join button. It's 99p a month. And if you want to make a donation, do that chat. Click on the dollar sign using the super chat, super thanks options, or you can donate memberships. All money is reinvested back into the channel as well. Any super chats will be read out first, obviously, as well. Before we get into the show, I mean, look, there's things to talk about. But first of all, last night, I put it out there very late. I'm sorry about the late timing that I put it out there, but actually did draw a good crowd, to be fair. So I did the Carabao Cup second round draw. Was a bit of a long horse draw, to be fair, because we had the southern section first and then we had the northern section, because we're not used to being in that part of the draw, we normally. So the draw came out, and look, there's some tasty ties coming out of there, you know. Crystal Palace against Norwich, you know, that's, you know, Premier League versus Championship, all Premier League ties as well. But then one of the old Premier League ties came out, and that was us, Forest against Newcastle United. So away day to Forest. And look, it's going to be a difficult game. But look, if you want to win trophies, you beat what's in front of you. Simple as that at the end of the day. You've got to beat what's in front of you. And to be honest with you, in these competitions, teams don't normally field their strongest teams. So I can see maybe that that Forest will probably they'll probably field a weakened side. But you know, again, who will they put in their side? But that's for another day. That's for another fortnight. But certainly it will be interesting. And look, it's one to look forward to at the end of the day. I mean, John, what was your thoughts on that? The Forest, the draw for Forest away. Did you want an easier draw? I mean, like I said to people in the chat last night, you can ask for Barrow, Harrogate, or whatever, but these draws aren't easy. No draw's easy.
Yeah, 100%, Tony. It would have been nice to get a lower side, but like you said, there is a side easy teams as well. But when we're away to Forest, that's going to be a tricky game. Yeah, last season they pushed us all the way. They let the game, they absolutely trounced us that Boxing Day last season, didn't they? But I knew this draw was going to come because Elliot Anderson, excuse me, and Chris Wood will put one on us. Yeah, it could be the Elliot Anderson.
If the start.
Say again?
If they play, John.
That's if they play. If they play, I think they will, because I think Nuno Espirito Santo, we want to win the trophy as well. They want to compete for the cup as well, I'm pretty sure. But saying that, Tony, right, I mean, I hope they don't feel their strongest team. But they got some good signings. I mean, Milenkovic from Fiorentina, we should have been all over that guy. 12 million quid. That guy is absolutely brilliant. And if he plays, I think Isak's going to be in for a tough even against this guy. The guy's 6'5". But going into the draw, Forest could be beatable. Tonali could be back. We've got to be our best because they want to be up for it as well. I think there'll be goals in this game. And you know what? Like you said, Tony, you want to win the competition, you've got to beat what's in front of us. We've got to get on with it now. And by the way, we have not had a home tie, right, since we beat Southampton in the Carabao Cup We won 2-1. I tell you what, I think that we're just being so unkind in the draw. I'm telling you, very unkind. And I honestly think it'd be nice to get a home tie. Really nice to get a home tie. But we've got to deal with it.
That's what I was hoping we were going to get. That's what I was hoping for. But look, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, John. We had this in, if you remember last season's Carabao Cup, we started off at home against Man City, then away to Man United, and then we had Chelsea as well. You know, so we had some difficult ties there. Although we brushed Man United aside away at Old Trafford. But look, if we have to start off with an old Premier League tie, then so be it, you know. But we just have to win it. We just got to win, and beat what's in front of us. At the end of the day, that's what you got to do. You just got to beat what's in front of you. So we shall see. We shall see. So we don't know what date that is yet, but that's week commencing the 26th of August. So again, we will wait and see what happens with that. And it should be a very interesting game, and it will be available to watch as well on Sky Plus, because Sky Sports Plus show every single Carabao Cup game. So you go on there and you press the option for the Newcastle game, and so we'll do that. So Forest away. Okay, right. Next subject I'm coming up to now. There it is, and we've heard it today from the Italian FA that they have now confirmed that Tonali is free to come back on the 28th of August, which is excellent news for Newcastle United and for all of us fans as well. He's going to be like a new signing. I know we shouldn't say stuff like that, but he will be like a new signing. And look, it'll be great to have him back. It'll be fantastic if the Forest game is on that day, because it means he can play in that game, which would be absolutely fantastic. But you watch the FA or the AFL and make sure that game's played the day before, so he can't play. Because this would be a perfect game for Tonali to come back into, to get his match fitness up. We know he's playing a couple of behind closed doors games where you've got no referee, so he can play in those games. But look, it's just fantastic news. Thank you to the Italian FA to confirm that he can come back on the 28th of August. Let's all hope and pray now that the game itself can kick off on that day as well, so we can see Tonali back in the black and white shirt, and he can at least get some minutes. John, give us your thoughts on the news today that the Italian FA have confirmed Tonali's ban finishes and he's clear to return on the 28th of August.
First off, I'm going to say the Italian FA, grazie, Italia, grazie. And it's great to be back. And Tonali to come back, I think that's perfect timing. Yes, I think he's done his time now. I mean, look, was that 10 months? I think that's a long damn time, but it is what it is. You just said that Tony's going to be like a new signing. I think this game will be absolutely perfect for him because he needs the minutes in this game. This would be a perfect timing, but don't expect him to play the full 90 minutes. I think he'll probably play from the sub. If it comes to that, then I'd chuck him in for the Tottenham game, and I think he can make a huge difference for the season ahead. In the midfield three with Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes. But that midfield three, right, if it clicks, and I'll show you a click, then watch us go. You have Joe Linton's going to do the dirty work, Bruno was passing, Tonali, set piece, all action as well. I think we've got a fantastic midfield three there. Back on Sandro, listen, Tony, it's just great to see him back on the grass because we have badly missed him. And I'll follow this guy. This guy has won Serie B of Brescia. He's been a Scudetto winner with Milan. And there's a Winter Trophy Newcastle.
He's a quality player, John, and you know, I remember saying this a couple of years ago in the first transfer window, when new owners came in, that I would say one person I'd love for to get is Tonali, and we've got him eventually. I'm just going to jump into some comments. And we'll talk about the next thing before we go into the match preview ahead of the 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. Brian says, evening, can't wait for the new season to kick off. So excited, but I have to say I am a bit worried about our defence because Cher isn't getting any younger. I totally agree where you're coming from, Brian. You're absolutely spot on.
100%.
Let's hope we sort that out. We are looking at Logan Costa as well from Toulouse.
Bologna down, Tony. I think they were.
No, it's off. It's off, John. It's off. Bologna's pulled out now.
They pulled out, and they. Fair enough. Because they were talking a couple of years ago, and it's going really well.
Yeah, that was on I think that was Evening Chronicle who announced that. They've pulled out, so it's left the door open for us. We've made an inquiry, but not an official bid, apparently. So keep an eye out for that one. He's capped by Cape Verde. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. Julie says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Mag debates, Toon, absolutely, mate. Nice to see you. Toon fan, I'll read like, absolutely, Andrew. Absolutely fine. That's Andrew DB, by the way, if anybody's not sure. Mason, what time will you be at Old Trafford tomorrow, John? BS says a crack of dawn.
Mason. I'm not going to say the other name, not on this channel, but listen, man, you got Man U on your heat, right? I think Mason's a secret United fan. Because I'm
Martin says it's Johnny Sinclair. It is.
It's Martin.
Sean the Sheep, absolutely. Sean the Sheep. John saying hello to everybody. BS says first away, Tony. That's the Paul Gallant derby. The loser has to keep him. Mr. Tom 28. He says hello, John. He says wishing you and your mob luck for the season. Any chance you can have the football cancelled though?
Big up to you, Mr. T. Hope you're well. Great to see you again. And yeah, I've got to get on my channel soon, man. Just let's do it. But Keith Delafarca, listen, I mean, for him to get rid of him is absolutely ridiculous after what, 2 games? And he's on the pressure already. How are we, man? I mean, getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup, you might not win it. Go for promotion, mate. Go for promotion.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get back up in the Premier League because that club should not be in the Championship. There's just no way. They get the gates, they get the fans, but selling your best players is not going to help you. And I'm afraid the Routers could be on its way to Brighton.
Yeah. I mean, look, they're selling their best players. You know, you sold Somerville to West Ham, Rutter's going to Brighton. So look, you know, when you're selling your best players, then you know you've got to keep faith with your manager. Farker's a good manager in the Championship, and he will get you promoted eventually. But you were unlucky last season. You probably should have done. You should have turned up and probably played better against Southampton in that final. But that's what it's all about. It's how you turn up to these games as well. So, but good to see you on, mate. BS is Elliot Anderson's injured. He is at the moment. I don't know what's up with him, but who knows? Match of the day turns 60 this year, says Brian. That's crazy, isn't it? Just Trevor said, I think the way Leeds have been playing, we'll be lucky if we get in the top 6. And I've supported Leeds for over 40 years. And now we've sold another player. Come on, Leeds, buy you better forward. Julie says, Tonali back 28th of August, officially announced.
Hi, Julie.
The Southampton tie was 2-legged. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
We all remember the little Jacob Murphy wave to when the defender got sent off. Come on, John, matey, it's a gallant derby. It's exciting, says Brian. Biggest tie of the round will be the last game with the draw after it. Richard Oaken says, evening, John. I'm not staying. I had a pension mess up this week, so membership will be renewed next week.
Thank you very much, Richard. Mate. He's a big United fan as well, so respected. And he was on channel when me and Alice was on the channel, and he was there as well. So big up to Richard, by the way. Massive man. Yeah.
Good evening, Richard, by the way. Nice to see you on the channel anyway. So that's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I bet you when he comes on the pitch, Toon fans will go mad shouting his name. Lots of spaghetti will be eaten, says Andrew, and Moretti drank. Ole, ole, ole. Absolutely.
Love that. Hi, Ian.
Ian, hi to you. And Michael McIntyre says, F match of the day. Why do you want to play the wheel instead? Yeah. Okay, so right. The next story that was doing the rounds today that we all saw, and it is Marc Guehi. And Marc Guehi, the bid has been turned down. Now look, people are saying for the sake of 5 million, why don't we just pay the 5 million and just get it over the line and get it done? Look, I think if they're holding out for 65 million, we've offered 55. I think if the club go back and say, look, tell you what, we'll give you 60 million and the 5 million in add-ons, surely that has to seal the deal for me. Because look, then they're getting that 65 million. And look, I know they've got to sell on close to Chelsea, and that is probably why they're holding out for this money. But what Palace have got to realise is he's got 2 years left on his deal. Now, if he doesn't go in this summer window and he doesn't go in January, then come next summer, he's only got a year left on his contract. So then January 2026, he's then free to have a pre-contract agreement with a club abroad, which would mean he would then leave on a free. Or he stays in the Premier League and he leaves on a free at the end of that season of 2026. And then Palace get no money. Then does Steve Parish look back and think, shit, I should have took that money and ran, but I didn't. And, this could come back to really bite them in the backside. Sometimes some clubs do get too greedy and it backfires on them. And we've seen this time and time again where clubs have done this. They've held out for money and then they don't get this player sold. And then eventually this player goes on a free transfer and they lose out completely. I know it's only the sake of people saying, well, they can pay the extra 5 million. It's probably not cut and dry like that. But again, how confident am I of still getting Guehi? I'm on the fence with this one now. I think it's going to be 50-50 in my opinion. I'm not going to say it's 70-30 in Newcastle's favour or anything, because obviously Palace are the ones who hold all the cards. We just got to deal the right hand. John, what's your thoughts on this situation? Do you think we should pull out now and just say, sod your Palace? You've had your time, you've had your chances, 3 bids have gone in, we're going to walk away? Or do you think we should hang in there, pay the extra 5 million and try and get it over the line?
For me, I would like to have Marc Guehi on the set by the first game, but I'll give Palace till probably 7 days, and if we don't hear anything new, then we're walking away from the deal. But personally, right, and I don't know, a lot of people said this, right, but I thought this over, I might have said this before, but I think, my personal feeling, I don't think Palace want to sell Guehi to us because Palace think we're a threat, right, to them, yeah? They would rather wait until Liverpool came in for him and sell Guehi to him instead because they think we're going to push away from Palace, yeah? They want to compete with us. They can't compete with Liverpool. They have to compete with us, right? But that's just my opinion. I honestly think, it's my opinion, I don't think Palace really want to sell him to us, but money talks at the end of the day. But for the sake of 5 mil, just pay the money, Tony. Pay the money. I mean, look, when you've got players, right, that time who are not good enough, right, get some money, recruit them money when the players are not good enough, and use that extra money to pay the money for the Palace for Guehi. Yeah? The lad wants to come. That interview he had yesterday, right, he seemed a bit shy, and I think he looked quite uncomfortable as well, the whole thing, for what I watched yesterday. And they don't look good. But if I say give him till probably do 7 day or even the weekend needs to be, but if you don't hear anything from them, we're just going to try and get Logan Costa and a big if that deal is off with Bologna, according to you. So if it's off, then I think they need to get the targets done very, very quickly, Newcastle, because at the minute, other teams are spending and we're not. I mean, Eddie Howe's come out and said that is a tough market. No, it's not, Eddie. I'm sorry. I disagree with you. It's not a tough market. Not for Brighton, not for West Ham, not for United, yeah? Not even for Tottenham in a way. Just, go out there and get the players that's needed. I love you, Eddie, but You can't tell us there's a tough market. There's deals out there to be done. It's as simple as that. Get them in. Put pressure on your sport director. Just say, I want that player. Now go and get him over the line. Do you think I'm right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, look, we know he's a quality defender. He's had a great Euros, and that's probably what's pushing his price up. But this is where clubs sometimes get, as I say, too greedy, and then the price sells out of a move. And then what they do is they then lose that player on a free, and they deservedly do so because, look, this is what happens in football.
It could be a bit of water.
I mean, there's a report just come out a couple of hours ago saying that we could now be set to make a move for Logan Costa in the coming weeks, according to reports of French journalist Sebastien Vidal reporting that the youngster is set to become the subject of a big bid from the Magpies. Now, he's on $7,500 a week, believe it or not. And, I mean, look, I haven't seen this lad play, if I'm honest. I don't know how good he is. You know, I mean, look, his statistics last season, he made 31 appearances, which was a rank of 5th, like, in the best in the league for appearances. He got 1 goal. His clearances per game is 3.8, which was second in the squad, second best. Interceptions per game is 0.7, and his match rating is 6.69. So look, there's lots of work on there. He's only a young lad, but then you could bring him in as well alongside Marc Guehi as well. Whether this happens or not, but apparently there's been no bid made as yet for Logan Costa, who's 23 years of age, by the way, born in Saint-Denis in France, but plays for Cape Verde. That's his national team. But yeah, on the Guehi thing, I think, look, I would like us to get him in because I think he is quality, and him and Botman and Livramento and Hall will be a great back four for years to come. They'll all grow together, and then if you have got Logan Costa in, it does mean then you've got that extra strength and depth as well with another youngster. But what concerns me is, why are we going to buy, if we buy Marc Guehi, why are we going to go in for another defender as well in Logan Costa when we desperately need to upgrade on the right wing? Now, the right wing needs upgrading. We need a Marc Guehi signing on that right wing, or just a better right winger who can take us to another level. Murphy's been great for us, let's be honest. But is Murphy world class? No, he's not. Then we got Mickey Almiron. Mickey, who has no right foot and has to go to his left foot to try and deliver across. By the time he does that, he's got players on his back, and he's got no way of putting a cross into the box for anybody. And the chances have gone. We've seen that in a couple of pre-season games where the build-up came through. As soon as it went to Mickey, it broke down. We know he's been in talks with Charlotte FC, but that's all off now. Because apparently it was the demands on the agent were too high, and Charlotte said no chance. So priced ourselves out of a move for that one. Newcastle are saying they want at least 15 million for Mickey, which I think is fair enough. You know, so whether a Saudi club comes in for Mickey Almiron remains to be seen. But yeah, do you know what? Transfers can take a while to go through. We might just sit back now and just let that bid sit there for Palace. And the closer it gets to the end of the window, Palace might say, do you know what, we accept it. But the thing is, though, there's rumours going around that Marc Guehi's agent's actually been at the training ground all week up in Newcastle. So we don't know how true that is, but it's just rumours that we've seen going around. If that is true, then obviously he's trying to facilitate a move to Newcastle United for Marc Guehi. But it's just getting Palace to blink and say, yes, we'll accept the offer. Maybe he's spoken to the agent, maybe Newcastle spoken to him, you know, and said, you know, this is the sort of money we can offer him, and maybe he's happy with the personal terms. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a matter of, if he does get the bid accepted, it'll be a medical. personal terms are probably already agreed to an extent without being signed. And it'll just be a case of once his medical's passed, sign the contract, boom, done. Cross the T's, dot the I's, all done and dusted. But it's up to Palace now. They don't have to sell him. We know Joachim Andersen's. Fulham have now increased that bid to 25 million for Joachim Andersen, and apparently we're looking at Joachim Andersen if we can't get Guehi either. We know he's a quality centre back as well, but will Palace want to lose 2 centre backs? That's the thing. If they lose Marc Guehi, do they then want to lose Joachim Andersen to Fulham? But money talks at the end of the day, and money is the biggest talker in football. So it's one of them. Okay. We'll sit back and we'll wait and see what happens. I'll just pop into some comments. Peter McCardle says, "Evening, Tony and John. Would you walk away from the Guehi deal now if given to Palace? Every other team will do business. Who will do the same over players?" I would sit back and just see what they say. Brian says, "Ipswich have an agreement in principle over the signing of Sammy Szmodics, the championship top scorer from last season with Blackburn." Yeah, he's a good player, Sammy Szmodics.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll do really well. I think we get Guehi, says Bia. Mark says, "Sorry, you don't want Newcastle to waste money." Yeah, absolutely. We need that right. That right winger is probably more important, to be fair. Good evening, that's Gary D. Good evening, Gary D. Hope you're well.
Gary.
Yeah, but John, there's a Newcastle tax, and if we pay the full amount, closer look at it, and we can pull Newcastle's pants down. Yeah, that's the thing, Brian.
Fair comment, Brian. Fair comment. Respect you for that. And well, at the end of the day, right? I mean, said about Newcastle tax, yeah, but I see where he's coming from, because they probably asked for more money from us because they probably were the richest owners in the world, so they want to try and fleece more money out of us. But I can see what he's trying to say.
Of course, Mafinho's world class. This will be Mafinho's best season, says I like coffee.
Hope so.
And Yamin Ahmed, hello to you, mate. I hope you're well too. Yeah, I mean, look, there's still talk around Noni Madueke. Now, there's a report come out saying Chelsea want up to 40 million for him. But then it is being reported that he's only up for... But then there was a report the other day saying Chelsea was only going to sell for 30 million. So, make of that whatever you want. But look, if Madueke come in, I would say try and get him on a loan to buy. A loan with an option to buy. I think that would be the perfect time to see how he goes. If he has a great season for us, then yes, we buy him. We've got the option to buy him at a set price at the end of the season. And all it means is we have to pay only a loan fee, which will be low. Mm-hmm. So you're talking maybe a £5 million loan fee. And then say you agree a deal of 30 million at the end of the season, then you only have to pay 25 million because you paid the 5 million already for the loan. So I would say that would make sense in my eyes. And Madueke has got a lot of skills, and he would bring a lot to Newcastle, and he would do well for us on that right wing. I know people have said his attitude over the penalty in that last season. Look, forget that. He might come into us and be fully focused and want it. Plus, don't forget, Madueke might want to be in that England team, that senior squad as well. So he won't want to be here just to mess about. He will be here to be a serious player. And if you've got Gordon on one side and Madueke on the other side, putting balls into Isak, it could be a delicious season for Isak in front of goal. Let's be honest. They're creating from them too. Then you'll have Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton creating as well. Look, there's a lot of lick your lips around, and that's all we need. We just need that right winger. If we can get that perfect right winger to come in, then we're fine. Now that obviously Chelsea have signed cheese strings, Pedro Neto. Yes, Neto is a cracking player on his day, but when he pulls up with an injury, he can be out for months. And we've seen that against us last season. When he ran us to bits, and when he went off, it was better for us because we got rid of him. he went off with a hamstring injury and he was out for a while. So, Madueke to me would make a lot of sense, but on a loan with an option to buy, I'll be very, very happy with that. Would you, John?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Madueke is a really good player. He really is. He's so direct. He's strong. He's skillful. And he can cut inside, score some goals. He scored for Chelsea around 6 scores, I think he scored at Stamford Bridge. And listen, I mean, we need something different. I've said this now. We need something different. I mean, like I said, I'm going to repeat it again. 5.5 seasons for Miggy, right? 6 assists, 30 goals, in that time, 12 goals season 4 last year. Best season ever. Refer to the type. I mean, sorry, Foxy, if you're watching, Foxy, right? I mean, I love you to bits, and I met you on Saturday. I'm not going to lie. But how many more chances does Miggy need to take? Because people need to understand now, right? I'm not having a go at Miggy, right? But let's judge the guy as a player, please, He ain't good enough, right? He had, 5.5 seasons to show what he can do, right? And I'm thinking, you know what? We need something different. Do you know what I mean? But he's on, I don't know which he's on a week. So you're probably thinking, okay, I don't want to go to Saudi. I don't want to go to America. I'm happy at Newcastle. I want to see out the 2 year. Yeah. But, and I said to you off there as well, I've got a feeling, and I'll say it again, I've got a feeling, and I hope it doesn't happen, that it's going to be, Miggy's going to be under scrutiny this season. They will watch him closely. If he makes any false move, I've heard people saying that they're going to cost him. They're going to really, really have a go at him on the pitch. I hope it doesn't come to us, Tony. We've got better players. We've got a better team. But I've heard someone on social media saying that fans going to turn on him if he doesn't deliver because they want him in there to stay. And Miggy should have been the one to be moved on. But on that side, I play Jacob Murphy or I even play Harvey Barnes there.
I mean, to be honest, John, I mean, he's 30 years of age now. Last season, I mean, look at his stats last season. He got 3 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League. That's not good enough. Sorry. That's isn't good enough.
Shocking, Tony. It's absolutely shocking. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry if I'm fingers though, Tony, there's levels. Winners are not good enough. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to win trophies. You want to win trophies. Pete, Paul, Billy, we all want to win trophies, right? And people in the chat, we want to win trophies. Football is all about winning trophies and be consistent. Yeah, that is the thing. But you just said 3 assists. Mm-hmm. I know people's going to come out and say, okay, look, he scored that goal against PSG, right? Which is fine. That's no problem. I'm not going to forget that. Because what he did, he scored the first goal in 20 years in the Champions League. And people's going to hold hope for that. Don't hold hope to that because he scored a goal against PSG, Even Sean Longstaff scored a goal against PSG. Even Dan Burn, Let's be real. But we need an upgrade on that side. And Eddie knows that. He needs a right side of mid. Someone's going to come in, offer something different. Madueke will be fantastic. Even Chiesa. Even Chiesa will be fantastic as well. Do you know what I mean? He may not have a blindness every single week. But I tell you now, right, he will do well. He'd be absolutely brilliant. You look at the wingers to go in the Premier League. Mo Salah, consistent. Bukayo Saka, consistent. When he's on it, right, he got Docker. Okay, I don't think he's that great. But, he's full of tricks, Even Oscar Bob, right, when he plays, and I hope we wish him speedy recovery, by the way, he's consistent, when he plays, exciting. We need someone's going to come in and make a difference. Just get anyone that someone's going to cross the ball. Do you know what, right? When we traded Elliot Anderson, we should have got Elanga. We should have got Elanga.
We should have done.
Just get anyone in.
Yeah, we should have. We should have gone in for him. But if you go back a couple of seasons ago, Miggy scored his best season where he scored 11 goals, but again, only got 2 assists. And this is what we're seeing. it's not, you're scoring some great goals in that season a couple of years ago. But look, the assists are not there. That's the problem. There's not many assists coming in out of Miggy, and that's what's concerning as well, because you want a right winger who can create and who can set people up as well.
That's the problem, Tony, and that's facts. And the thing is, right, I mean, we've seen very, very few of that. I mean, Eddie's too loyal to this guy. Yeah, he is too loyal to this guy. And you know what? I mean, some of the fans, especially who I sit next with, are frustrated. We're back if we play, but he's got to deliver. This is the season where I think he's got to deliver.
Yeah, absolutely, Johnny has to.
I'm sorry, but
I mean, I've just compared him there to Madueke, right? So on attacking side, Miggy's 67%, 67 he scores, and Madueke scores 68. So they're about even par with attacking side. Creative ability, Miggy is 58, and Madueke 63. So Madueke slightly better on the creative side. Technical ability, Almiron 53, Madueke 76. Defensively, Miggy 40 and Madueke 34. So Miggy better defensively because he gets back. Tackling, Miggy wins that one as well, 55 to 46 with Madueke. But the thing is though, John, right, and this is what a lot of people say. What a lot of people say about Miggy is they'll say, look, but he plays with a smile on his face as he's smiling there in that picture. Right, okay. We know he plays with a smile on his face. We know he's always smiling. But what the question is, and I've said this before, does a smile get you goals? Does that smile get you assists? Is that smell winning you trophies? Is that smell winning you football matches? Is that smell mean he's a world-class player? No, it just means he likes smiling on the pitch and he's happy. But look, we need somebody who's got more about them on the right wing. If Miggy had a right foot, it would be fantastic, but he doesn't. I mean, look, I think it was against Wolves last year when he could have scored, and he didn't because he didn't want to tap it in with his right foot. He went for his left foot, and then the goalkeeper saved it. It could have been Luton Town. I can't remember who it was now, but it was one of the games. And if he'd hit it with his left foot, his right foot, he could have scored. But he didn't want to hit it with his right foot, and he went to his left foot, and he gave the keeper the chance to save it. Now, look, Miggy's been great, and I'm not going to say he hasn't been great, because he has been good at this club. But look, the club is moving on. The club wants to be number one, as Yasser Al-Rumayyan said in the Amazon Prime video last year. He wants to be number one. Now, if we want to be elite and number one, we have got to stop being elite. We've got to stop bringing the quality in that can take us to the next level. Now, I'm not turning on Mickey Almiron at all here. All I'm saying is, Miggy the type of player to take us to the next level. No, I'm sorry, he is not. He has had his day. He's 30 years of age now. The one thing I will say I do not agree with, and I'm going to say this now, and if anybody out there is doing this, they need to stop right now. The personal insults towards Miggy Almiron is absolutely disgraceful.
Agreed.
Yes, he might not be great as a footballer, but Jesus, stop giving him personal insults online. He does not need that. That is disgusting. And if other players pick up on and see that, that could put potential players off coming to us because they may think, well, we're not going there because if we have a bad game or whatever, they're going to turn personal insults on us.
But
now look, talk about his footballing ability, but stop calling him personally. The guy's done nothing personally to anybody. So all I say is, please don't give him personal attacks, but you can have your opinions on him as a footballer, and that's fair enough. We have our opinions on him as a footballer. Yes, he had a great season a couple of years ago where he was banging them in and scoring some worldies and having his own goal of the month competition. Last season, he lost out a lot because teams had worked out Miggy Almiron. That's why they'd worked him out. And when you think in the time Miggy's been here, in the time Jacob Murphy's been here, Jacob Murphy's got more assists than Miggy's got. But look, we know the time is for Miggy to move on. And if a Saudi club comes in and says, we'll give you 15 million for Mickey, I think the club will accept it and let him go. But it's up to Mickey whether he wants to go. It may be best for him to go and get one big payday somewhere because the Saudis will pay because there's no FFP, PSR in that league. So, look, the way I look at it is, I think if a bid comes in from Saudi, I don't think we'll turn it down, John.
No, I think you're right, mate. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're not. First of all, I've got to say something as well. You're absolutely right about the Miggy hating. We don't hate Miggy. We like Miggy. Yeah, the person. I mean, like smile on his face. You know, he gives his best. But for me, sorry, Foxy, we're not having a go. It's just having an opinion on this guy. Not for the first time, but at the end of the day, Tony, I can't really add anything to that as well. But we need to get this player moved on, I'm afraid. You know what I mean? I mean, look, we all win trophies, yeah? We all win titles, and we want to, compete for the top 4 season in and season out, yeah? But you got good players there, man. But constructive criticism is fine. But when you hurl abuse, it's not good. We don't abuse anyone, and we do back the players in the 90 minutes, yeah? What we do after that is completely up to you. But the time he plays on the pitch, we got to back the guy. It's as simple as that. And do you know what? I just think now, Eddie, like I said, he's got to be ruthless, and he's got to, because everyone's crying for a right side of mid. We've been crying for that all over the summer. We can cry for another defender, yeah? They haven't come through, yeah? That's why I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. Transfer window, giving it a 0, an absolute big fat 0, because we haven't signed someone significant. Do you know what I mean? No. That is the thing.
And this goes on to Darren's comment. He says, "Good evening, lads. If we don't sign anyone else, you'd have to say it's very disappointing." Yeah, I agree.
Darren's right. He's so right, because you had all summer, right, getting the 2 key players that we need. What do we go and do? Get 2 goalkeepers, right? Lewis Hall's already at the club, sign them up, yeah? Asula, he'll come good. It's a low-risk signing, yeah? I mean, you need a striker, and I think it makes so much sense to get a striker low risk. Yeah? But I think these next 2 weeks are going to be so crucial. And the Saturday's game against Southampton, I'm sure we can come on to that soon. That is a game we have got to start well.
Yeah. Mac says, I've waited 7 years for Murphy to have a great season. Darren says, question for you. If Newcastle are 8th place at Christmas, do we sack Eddie Howe? Eddie will be under pressure this season, no doubt about it. Will he get the sack for being 8th place at Christmas? It depends if we're cut adrift. But if we're not, I can't see it, to be honest with you. BS says, all them things John said about Miggy apply more so to Murphy, but this is just the bias.
Look, I mean, people like Murphy. I like Murphy, yeah. And he had a great season, great pre-season, right? Scoring the goals and that. I've watched him, and he did well, yeah. Again, we don't hate any players, yeah. He's got to transform that from the pre-season into the Premier League. The pre-season's only friendlies, yeah. I'm not going to get carried away in friendlies, yeah. The real action's going to start on Saturday. I really want Jacob to get 10 goals this season, 10 assists. You know what? I like Jacob Murphy, yeah. And yes, he's underrated. I get that. Is he a world beater? No. Is he gonna win a Ballon d'Or? Definitely not. But when he does play, he works hard for the team. And would I keep him? I would. If you get a quality winger in, squad player, and he will get games.
Mac Debate says, is Barnes right-footed? Yes, he is. Yes. So I would give Harvey Barnes a try on the right. Why not? I know Eddie likes his inverted wingers. Hi, Warren. Hope you're well, mate. BS says, Chia's rubbish. Juventus want him gone for a reason, won't even let him train. Miggy's assist versus Chelsea for the Willock goal won us the game. Yeah, it did, yeah.
He did.
No panic buy, says Mark. No, absolutely not, mate. Don't want them. Warren says, thumbs up, guys. Yeah, if you do like what you see, please do smash like. It's being stream shared on both channels, so do give us a like, and if you're also new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. It is free to do so. Madueke or Mbeumo? I would take Madueke because Mbeumo may cost you more money, where Madueke you can probably get money. You could probably get him on a loan with an option to buy. Warren says him and Longstaff. Foxy says, let me guess, more Miggy slander. No, we're not slandering Miggy at all. What I'm saying, Foxy, is I'm absolutely disgusted by the personal abuse he's receiving online. There is no need for that whatsoever, and that I condemn wholeheartedly. If we want to talk about him as a player, that's fair enough. We're allowed to give him criticism. Any player can take criticism, you know. Nick Pope got criticism when he had that handball outside the area against Liverpool, and it cost him his place in the Carabao Cup final a week after. So players will get criticised. Trippier got criticised a lot last year for his mistakes, especially against Everton.
Chelsea as well.
Yeah. He's been a loyal servant to the club, says Andrew. Murphy is 3 times the player, says Andrew. Miggy has more goals than Murphy and more combined goals and assists whilst being at the club 2 years less. People slagging him off personally are not Toon fans, just morons. Absolutely, Ian. Well said.
Well said.
Miggy wants to see if he's dug in like the Alabama tick. Murphy's been a winger since day one. He's been taught his whole career to get crossed in the box. Of course, Murphy has more assists compared to a player that was retained as a right winger since 2020, says Foxy. Interesting that only assists were compared. Also quite predictable, though. Warren says, I've only ever slagged off one player, and that was Damien Duff. Hated him. Yeah, his own goal sent us down.
You know what it is, though, Damien Duff. Right? I mean, look, Glenn Roeder bigged him up when he signed him, bigged him up, and Chelsea couldn't wait to get rid of him as well. By the way, I'm not going to lie, £5 million. Yeah. Right? He didn't want to be at Newcastle. To be fair, he would have rather stayed in London. That's why he buggered off to Fulham. Do you know what I mean? But for me, it's yes, Damien Duff's own goal sent us down. I get that, but he just didn't want to be here.
Alessandro Minetti, hi to you, mate. Hope you're well. He says, a couple of months ago, I recommended Newcastle send Miggy back to Atlanta United for a cute homecoming, and we take Thiago Almada from them. We could have sweetened that up and got it done, but it's too late now. Yeah, absolutely.
Almada's gone to, I think it's gone to Flamengo. I could be wrong, but it could be back to Flamengo.
You say Eddie likes his inverted wingers, but Jacob Murphy is right-footed. Yeah, he is, Si, absolutely. That's the thing. But, you know, I don't know why we can't give Barnes a go on the right. I really don't. Problem is, Madueke seems a bit of a dick, says David. But that's what I said earlier on, David. Look.
Tell like that, Thiago. Sorry, Botafogo, not
Botafogo.
Botafogo.
But yeah, look, Madueke, yeah, okay. He might have had an attitude issue or whatever, but you may come to Newcastle and not have that attitude. It might just be that Chelsea thing, because look at the different personalities they've got at Chelsea and players and everything. I don't think Todd Bowley does any due diligence. He just sees a player and thinks, oh, I have to open my checkbook again and go and spend 55 million quid on a winger. Oh, hang on, Enzo Fernandez, 105 million. Right, let's stop every other team buying him. We'll take him. You know, let's give him an 8-year contract. Oh, let's go out and get this player. He doesn't do due diligence. He just goes out and buys these players. My dream signing would be Rafinha from Barca, but would be around 50 million. I remember at Leeds he was the hard grafter and a lot of end product. Yeah, but his wages are astronomical. That's the only problem. Almanda, I've got him in Football Manager. Good player. Yeah. Attacking midfielder. Oyoy says, Lee, hi to you. Miggy was loved because of his press and hustle, but yeah, end product and need a new one. Yeah, we do, absolutely. Right, so we're going to talk about the game at the weekend. So the game coming up at the weekend, obviously the Premier League is finally back. Pre-season's now finished. Guys are in training for the new season beginning on Saturday. I think this is the third home game in a row we've had. Because we had Forest, then we had Aston Villa last season, and now we've got Southampton this season, opening up at home. Against Forest, we beat them 2-0 through Shea and Callum Wilson. Last year, we took Villa apart 5-1. We didn't see that coming, in all honesty. We saw Moussa Diaby score his first goal for Villa. We saw Tonali score his first goal for us as well. I mean, that was a cracking game, 5-1 against Villa. Like I say, nobody saw that coming. And Saturday, we have Southampton. I mean, Southampton, look, they've come up from the Championship after relegation the year before. I thought they were really well to get back, albeit they've had to come up through the playoffs and win at Wembley. But one player we know is definitely going to be probably laying up against us on Saturday, and that's this man here, Adam Armstrong, who had a terrific season for Southampton last year. Now, a lot of people reckon he's only Championship quality. When you think of the goals he scores in the Championship. But it all depends how he does in the Premier League under a new manager, Russell Martin. The season Southampton went down, it was full of turmoil. They were changing managers. Hasenhüttl went. It was in the... So, look, last season was a bit better for him because he had one manager all the way. John, give us your thoughts on Saturday's game. I mean, look, it's a game we have to win. It's a game we should win. But you don't always get what you want in football. But Adam Armstrong coming back, what's your thoughts on that one as well?
It's been proved that he's a fantastic championship striker. Everyone knows that. But in the Premier League, he tends to not score enough and tends to struggle a bit. But first off, there's congratulations to Russell Martin and Southampton getting back up to the Premier League. First time I asked him. Lost the first 6-7 games, and they were never going to sack him. And that's the reason why they got back up. But as for Newcastle, is a good game to start with. I fear that Southampton plays good football, mind. They play a possession-based football, and it's really slick as well. Pleased on the eye as well. Russell Martin ain't going to change it up at all whatsoever. He plays a 4-2-3-1, sometimes 4-3-3, and he just plays fantastic football. But Newcastle, we have to be on a game. We might have much for Southampton. You look at the two teams, we've got quality. We've got a quality side over Southampton. Everyone knows that, yeah? We've got top quality players, yeah? It all depends if we defend properly. If we defend properly and Nick Pope plays in goal, then that should be an easy 3 points for us, yeah? But, yeah, I think it's going to be a gentle game for Newcastle. I fully expect us to win. And I hope it's going to be a good start because this is going to be a massive season for Eddie, massive season for a few other players as well. Hopefully, it's going to be a good game, but coming our way.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we look at Adam Armstrong's stats last year, he's 27 years of age now, 44 games started out of 46 played, 21 goals and 13 assists in the Championship last season.
That's good.
And he missed 28 big chances as well in that season. So, 21 goals scored. I mean, look, it's a massive amount of goals. But again, Premier League's a totally different league. But there again, as I say, the way Russell Martin's been with him and everything, maybe he may be a totally different player when he comes back up to the Premier League. As long as you don't score on Saturday, that's what we don't want. We don't want happening. But, I'm sure we'll be up for this game. And we need... Look, let's be honest, August isn't a bad month for us. It's not bad at all. We got Bournemouth away early as well, and then we've got Spurs. Spurs don't like coming to St James's Park. Remember last year we beat them 4-1. Mickey van der Ven, supposedly this terrific defender who had been terrific in the Premier League. We ripped him a new one last season. He looked a poor defender. He got a yellow card and he didn't look, after he got that yellow card, he sort of went downhill and he didn't look great at all. And we were running rings around him. So look, this is the perfect game to get off to the perfect start, and we got to hit the ground running straight away. We can't sleepwalk on Saturday. I mean, John, is there anybody in that Southampton side that you're worried about? Obviously, apart from the obvious of Adam Armstrong, is there anybody else in that Southampton side that you look at and you think, oh, I'm not really sure?
I think Kyle Walker-Peters is still a quality player, do you know what I mean? So just definitely watch out for him as well. And I like what's the name? Flied. I can't remember his own name. I found it. What I'll do, I'll type it in as well because I've got good players. So Southampton, really keen. I found out that way because I should have been on it as well. But and also Adam Armstrong looks a good player as well, but he's got a point to prove in the Premier League, and so I've done that one as well. And also Adam Lallana's back, and back for the club as well. Experience. And Carlos Alcaraz, I think he's back for Juventus as well. So you got to watch out for him if he plays. But whether Ross and Martin will play him, I got absolutely no idea. Pretty much doubt it. Yeah. But they got a new Japanese fullback called Sugawara. Now, I think he came from the Eredivisie. I think he's a really, really good player. Carmadine.
They've got Brereton Diaz as well.
Yes, they have. They got him from loan from Villarreal. So he's pacey. He played for Sheffield United last season. I thought he looked after him quite well. Hopefully, do the same again. That's the thing. You got Sulemana, the Ghanaian, right? I don't know if he's at the club. He is so frustrating. He's got a bit of an ASM about him, but he's quick, but he is so frustrating. I mean, look, I'm not being funny, but I'll be disappointed if we got this guy. I wouldn't have him. I mean, look, too greedy and not for me. But another player I'll go for, Joe Aribo as well. He's a good player. Used to play for Rangers as well. Lanky, got legs in him as well. You got Taylor Harwood Bellis, came from Man City. He's a really good, solid defender, by the way. And Flynn Downs, his name. Really stylish in the midfield. But you look at Southampton's squad, they have got some good players there, yeah? And the key man on Saturday for them, I still think Kyle Walker-Peters loves going forward and putting those crosses in as well. And I'm a big fan of this guy. But for me, you have to look at Armstrong's pace. Oh, and by the way, Ross Stewart. Remember him? Ex-Sunderland? He plays Southampton too.
Yeah. They've received offers for Carlos Alcaraz apparently as well, Southampton. They've got Sekou Mara, who's not a bad player, who played for Bordeaux, who are sadly no more a club now. Samuel Edozie, who they got from Man City.
Yeah.
Shea Charles, another one from Man City. Harwood Bellis, who I think is a cracking defender, by the way. They've got Charlie Taylor from Burnley. They've got Gavin Bizzuno, the keeper, Alex McCarthy, Joe Lumley, and Matthias Liz, the Polish keeper. So, look, they've got some decent players in that team, But I think we should have enough to beat them, in all honesty. As long as we turn up, and if we turn up and be on our A game, we should beat them, John. I'm just going to nip in some comments. Warren says 12-0. Alan says, has Fraser gone to them? Not yet, as far as I know, Alan. I mean, look, there was talks that he was in Southampton and he was having photographs with fans. And apparently he told his fans' father that it's the only club he wants to come back and play for, so he's hopeful of a transfer here. That's all we do know, but apart from that, it's all hearsay at the moment. 6-0 says Julie. Mark says 3-0 Newcastle. Size going 5-1 Toon. 47-0 says Andrew. Jesus, Andrew. Should be able to shut him out. Home win 3-0 Armstrong, yeah. They play from the back and we press. They've tried a bit of hoof to find midfield pre-season to Flynn down suicide, huge win. You think that would be close, Andrew? Good Ian's because you'd scored. People talking to each other there. Alessandro talking to somebody else. Dave says Newcastle win the league this season 100%. I would love that to happen, but I think it'll be City if I'm honest. Armstrong is on the wing, no centre forward, dead end on the break. You have a leather dress, says Andrew. John, when you're moving back the tune, says Dave Clark.
Well, I've got a job down here, mate, and if I retire, then it's a real possibility.
Alan says, need to take this chance. Good start, bit of momentum going, absolutely.
He needs a leather dress.
Yeah. Warren says, John, can I request we are the champions? You are rocking the DJ look after all. Lallana's injured. Is he?
He's out, isn't he?
FM Life, hi lads, hi to you, mate. Hope you're well.
FM Life.
Ross Stewart's injured as well, and they conceded 64 goals last season. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got enough to beat this team.
I agree.
And look, they're going to be coming up against Bruno again. And I can't see any other way than a home win, John, in this one. Can you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you look at the quality we've got compared to Southampton's. Yeah, no disrespect to them. Yeah, they've got good, honest players that plays great football under Russell. But if you look at the team we've got, especially in the midfield, we have too much for them. Anthony Gordon should have a field day. He should. And then the other side, I hope RB Barnes gets that start as well, because I think he'll need game time as well. So for me, it'd be fine. But the back four is going to be interesting. He's going to be playing right back. For me, I would say Livramento, definitely right back. Lewis Hall, left back. And then the centre defence, if Shah's not fit, then it's going to have to be Kelly. It's going to have to be Burn alongside him. It's going to have to be Kelly and Burn. But Armstrong's got pace. Lloyd Kelly's got pace as well. So I'll put Lloyd Kelly on Armstrong all day long. Mm-hmm. And Dan Burn does the dirty work at the back, yeah? But I think Livramento is going to be a massive season for him. He looks fantastic. I think he had a good pre-season as well. And Lewis Hall does Lewis Hall things. I'm a massive Lewis fan. And what he does, not just his defence, he goes forward as well. And he goes to drift in the midfield when he needs to be. So looking forward to Lewis Hall this season. And I'm glad we signed him up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, John, I mean... I think it will be a strong lineup. I mean, look, I'm just going to speculate, but I think it'll be Pope in goal. I think the back four will be Livramento, Share if he's fit, because we came off with an injury, so we're hoping he's fit. So I would say Share, Dan Burn, and Lewis Hall. I think if Share's maybe not fit, maybe Lloyd Kelly would come in for Share, maybe. I know he's left-footed, but maybe that's the way we have to do it.
What do you think of Lloyd Kelly anyway? What do you think of Lloyd Kelly so far at Newcastle?
He was all right last week. He had put a decent ball through, didn't he, for Asula? But yeah, you got to give the guy a chance, give him time to settle in, you know. But just got to give the guy time. Simple as.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. The midfield three is going to be obviously Longstaff, Bruno, and Joe Linton, unless Willock starts and Longstaff's on the bench, but I can't see that happening. Then the front three will be Murphy, Isak, and Anthony Gordon. That's the way I look at that one anyway. But yeah, Lloyd Kelly hasn't done too bad, I don't think. I thought he looked okay last week, and you know, So I see he's just got to settle in, hasn't he? That's the thing.
Yeah, he's certainly.
I
He's
mean,
got
look, the match.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So the match officials have been announced for the weekend as well. So is everybody going to? You're not going to like who the referee is for this game because it's a referee that we do not get on well with. We do not like this referee. In fact, this referee stopped us getting a blatant penalty against the Manchester City side. There he is. It is Craig Pawson, the man in the middle. He is the referee on Saturday. So Craig Pawson is the referee. He will be assisted by Mark Perry and Mark Scholes on the line. Dean Whitestone will be the fourth official. And another referee that we don't like too much is Chris Kavanagh. He's on VAR. And his assistant VAR is James Mainwaring. So Craig Pawson, the referee, and Chris Kavanagh on VAR. What's your thoughts on that official lineup, John? Craig Pawson, referee, first of all.
Not surprised, am I? I mean, it seems to be that these officials was go for Newcastle. You know what I mean? But I don't think Craig Pawson's that good a ref anyway. I just don't rate him at all whatsoever. And I tell you what, he needs to be strong in this game. He needs to. But yeah, it is what it is. And also the VAR is going to be interesting as well. A lot of change on VAR as well. I think the fans can listen to it now. But Craig Pawson, for me, yeah, we don't get along with him. We don't win many games with him as well. But the bottom line is, yeah, just concentrate on your game and don't get too close to him. We'll win the game.
Yeah, just David Ornstein's just breaking some news there that Southampton are in advanced talks to sign Leslie Ogachukwu on a 1-year loan from Chelsea. No buy option. Multiple inquiries have been made about this guy, but no, he is not for sale. The 20-year-old midfielder is a big part of Chelsea's long-term plans, and he's seen by the Saints and Russell Mart as an ideal for development. So they're in advanced talks to sign Leslie Ogachukwu from Chelsea, so he could be in the squad against us on Saturday. So obviously that's just coming in from him at the moment, which is interesting, isn't it? So they may have a new signing by the time they play us on Saturday, but he'll probably more likely be a bench player, I would imagine. But no, Craig. Getting back to the referees, Craig Pawson. No, I don't really like this guy, if I'm honest.
Don't rate him.
I mean, Jared Gillett's probably the worst one. I can't stand that guy either. Another clown. But one thing I'm going to ask you, John, is, right, so we heard Howard Webb talking the other day, and we heard Masters talk. Even though that guy should stand down and bloody just do one and go away. And plus Richard Moss just got a face you'd love to punch, you know. But guys, I'm not being a violent person, by the way. No. I'm only joking when I say that. But you know what I mean by that. Anyway, so Richard Masters has said maybe in the future, or maybe it will be a thing that they'll do, and that'll be making up the referees. So when you go back to the Women's World Cup, if you remember watching that, there was a VAR decision. She come off from the screen and said, yes, we can confirm it's a penalty or it's a red card to whoever or whatever. They're not talking about it being Premier League, but it could happen to come in the Cup games. So it may come in the League Cup, or it could come in the FA Cup this season, or could come in both competitions. How would you feel about that, John, if they're announcing the decisions from the VAR screen after the refs looked at it, and then he makes his decision, does his TV mark, and then announces over the tannoy what the decision is? Would you be happy with that? Would you enjoy listening to that, John?
Yeah, 100%, because we need transparency as well, because the fans have been so quiet in the dark about what's going on. It works in Australia to an absolute T. It tells you everything. And I want our VAR to be like Australia as well, mate. I really, really do. That is the thing. But I think it's going to look a lot better. I think the fans need to listen. The fans need to get involved as well. And it's all about communication to the fans, Tony. And that's one of the things I like to see happening. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I agree with it, John. I want it to come out. I think I thought it worked really well in the Women's World Cup. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And not only that, I just want to, it's just been nice to have that bit of clarity.
Yeah.
And at least you know what the decision is before he says anything, before he does any actions, because you're sort of looking for a signal from him to see what he's going to do, if he's going to point to the spot. So, yeah, I think it's a good move. I'm surprised they didn't do it in the men's Euros, if I'm honest. But it's a step in the right direction. We've got the semi-automatic offside system coming in, which we had in the Champions League last season. And I was absolutely well impressed. I've been well impressed with that system. Even back 100%. In the World Cup in Qatar, it was absolutely fantastic. Just last year, they didn't want it in, the Big Six, so-called cartel.
Yeah.
And then what happened? There was a dodgy offside decision. It was never offside because they made an absolute balls up of it. The VAR. And Jurgen Klopp wanted that game against Spurs replayed. But if they had if Klopp hadn't been so stupid and said, he wasn't, because he was one of them voting against it. If he'd voted for it, he would have had it in, and that goal would have stood. So, just because they don't want this thing coming in, sometimes it can actually work in your favour. And I love this semi-automatic system. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And look, it's going to quicken the offside rule up as well, because how many times do we have to wait and see till they do the bloody lanes? It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous, Tony, man. Look, if it's offside, raise a flag up, will ya? I can remember one instant last season, it happened against Man City, where Edison got injured. I mean, it was definitely offside. I think it's in the first minute. It was offside. And then the cross came in, and then Edison had a bad injury. And that's the reason why he went off, because of that ludicrous decision about getting offside. If it's offside, do it straight away. Don't wait 5 seconds later, because at the end of the day, we as fans, right, are going to cheer them on, or to be let down. So get that offside sorted out, Tony. And then a lot of people don't like it. They hate it. I don't hate what I don't want to use, but please get it in early. Make a decision and quick.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, John.
That makes sense.
So John, what's before obviously we wrap up and everything, but I mean obviously we'll always go through the predictions. So what's your prediction for the scoreline on Saturday and who's getting the goals?
For me, I'm going to say Newcastle 3, Southampton 0. I think we're going to be too strong for Southampton on the day. I mean, it's going to be Batson 5 for the Saints, and I think Ross Martin will know that. But for me, 3-0 to Newcastle. Isak will get one, and I'm going to go Joe Linton as well, and I'm going to say Anthony Gordon.
Nice one, John. Nice one. I mean, look, I did the Super 6 and actually put us down to win only 2-0 on Saturday. But I'm just sort of looking at that Southampton lineup and thinking, depending how we play, I'm actually going to go 3-0, John. I think it could be a 3-0 game. And I think Isak will get a brace.
Yeah.
And Bruno will score one as well. And Anthony Gordon will get 2 assists in that game.
Yeah, I think you have too much for Southampton defence as well, because pace and running as well. I mean, talking about Anthony Gordon, right? That guy cannot be leaving us to go to Liverpool. No way, horse here. And it's been like that every single day for the last few months. Right, really want to go to Liverpool, yeah? Gary O'Bonnell needs to keep his mouth shut, yeah? And leave our club alone. At the end of the day, right? He must be Anthony Gordon's agent. Yeah.
There's another one as well. Spit, he's shouting for him to go to Liverpool. Carragher, we're on about. If anybody was wondering who I meant, Spit, Jamie Carragher, he wants him to go to Liverpool. They want all our players to go.
Yeah.
And they're all saying that if big players come to Newcastle, it's a sideways step. I'll tell you why they're saying that, because they're worried about us. They're worried. Phil McNulty from the BBC says we'll finish 9th next season. And I don't think he's realised that we've not got no European football. Talk Sport said we'll finish 8th this season. We'll not finish anywhere near European football. The thing is, it's okay. All these pundits can all sleep on us. But when we are up there and we are challenging, and even if we finish 3rd this season, I would like to see what these pundits have got to say at the end of the season. Because I did my predictions at the end of the Carabao Cup draw last night, and this was my prediction, John, for for different things. So I said Man City will win the league again. Maybe the last time they win the league, but it'll be the league.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal will come 2nd.
Yeah.
Newcastle will come 3rd.
Wow. Okay.
Liverpool will come 4th. Then I think Chelsea will come 5th. Then Man U will come 6th. No, sorry. Villa will come 6th, I think I said. And then Man U will come 7th. Tottenham won't finish in any European places next season. For relegation, I said it'll be Southampton, Leicester City, and Nottingham Forest. I think Ipswich have enough to stay up. I'm looking forward to seeing how Amari Hutchinson does in the Premier League, because I watched a few games that Ipswich played last season on Sky in the Championship, and I'll tell you what, that guy, what a hell of a right winger he is. And if he rips it up this season in the Premier League, he won't be at Ipswich next season. He'll be somewhere else. He'll be at a massive club, because he looks a real talent. And I think Chelsea may realise they've made an error letting him go. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. And for the cup, the Carabao Cup, I've said Newcastle will win the Carabao Cup, and we will finish in the semi. We will go at the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and I've said the winners of the FA Cup will be West Ham United. And for top scorer, Golden Boot, yes, we could be bored and say, yes, it'll be Erling Haaland as usual, yawn, yawn, yawn. But I've actually gone Alexander Isak for Golden Boot.
Yeah.
What do you make of them predictions, John?
Very interesting. Well, not really. I've got something slightly different. It's going to be a surprise as well.
Yeah.
For me, Man City's going to win it again. 2nd place will be Arsenal. 3rd place, you're going to be shocked at this. If they get Osimhen, then I'm going to go Chelsea 3rd. I think they'll find a way. They will find a way. I think they're striking a way, and Osimhen's a proper striker. And if he plays, like, injury-free, Cole Palmer, don't forget, he's going to be absolutely outstanding again next season. Yeah? So I'm going to go Chelsea 3rd. I said Liverpool 4th. I think they'll probably find a way. Newcastle 5th. Tottenham 6th. United 7th. Villa 8th. The bottom 3, I said on Harry's channel, is going to be Leicester with the points deduction, Southampton, unfortunately, and I'm going to go with, I said Brentford, but I might change Brentford. And I think their time could be up as well in the Premier League. I like Brentford. Tom Frank's done a fantastic job. But I was thinking between Brentford and Forest, and even Ipswich as well. That's one where I can sleep on as well for me. But I'm going to go Leicester, Southampton. Ipswich have enough to do. I'll put my neck out. I'm going to change my mind from Brentford. I'm going to say just Forest this time, because I think they need to defend properly. I think in Milenkovic and Mourinho, good centre defenders, they're going to be okay. But they got a lot of players that don't know the Premier League, especially from South America. It'd be interesting, Tony. But do you know what? I'm going to be different. I'm going to go, Forest, Southampton, Leicester. I'll change my mind over Brentford.
Yeah.
And you want
to win the Carabao Cup for you, John?
Hopefully, depends on who we play. I hope it'll be us. Actually, I think Newcastle will win the FA Cup. We need to win a trophy. And for Carabao Cup, I'm going to go for someone different. I'm going to say West Ham.
Interesting, John. Interesting. We'll just nip through some comments. Warren says Isak will score 4, Gordon 2, Murphy 2, Longstaff 2, and Joe Linton 1. Alan says it's like how you'd like to punch linking our players. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. Mark says Newcastle top 4. Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. So, look, we're going to be come to the end of the show, but anyway, it's been a cracking show. As usual, I'll ask John, what have you got coming up, John? And obviously, I know you're going to be up there for the game as well, so no doubt we'll have a few match vlogs coming out as well. And no doubt we may see you appear on Pete's channel if you go for an interview of Pete after the game as well. So, yeah, what have you got coming up, John? And give your channel a shout out, mate.
Thank you very much indeed. There's the channel down there, if it'll let me go. And there's the channel. I think I just print it up as well. Thank you very much indeed, mate. That's the channel, John Sinclair TV. I've got 18,000 subs, 1.8 by the way. And I'm doing the matchday vlogs on Saturday. I'll be doing intro. I'm going to do the vlogs from the fans. I'm going to try and do the fan cams as well before after the game. And I've got my camera as well with me. I'm going to use that for my Osmo. Even Paul wants to buy one of them as well. He asked us the other day, how do I get one of them? He's going to upgrade his camera. So I told him what it's all about. And you know what? That's a really good kit. So check out my videos as well. Yeah, I'm going to do matchday vlogs. I'm going to film the fans. I'm going to do a bit of stack as well. I'm going to do in the stadium as well. So I may do something different this season, 100%. And then hopefully do a match review show either Sunday or Monday. And I hope you can come on, you and Pete can come on for it as well. And I'll try and get Jamie as well. So we'll do it 4. And Tony wants to come on as well. Some different Tony's going to come on as well from Taunton. So, you know, Tony's settings, they'll be settings very soon. But like I said, matchday vlogs, previews, reviews, and just transfer shows and check us out. So do subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Yeah, so thanks for coming on tonight, John. So what have I got coming up anyway? So, obviously, there's my channel there. Don't know why it hasn't come up properly, but there you go. It's all black and white TV. If you're on this channel, you know it anyway. It's in the background there as well, and it's also on the screen. Yeah, so obviously tomorrow I may put out a pre-record of Eddie Howe's press conference reaction. So keep an eye out for that one. Saturday, the pre-match is back, the pre-match show. So 1:30. Tune in. If you're not going to the game, tune in and I will bring you both lineups because I believe now the lineups now come out 75 minutes before the game, which is an hour and a quarter. So that'll be around about 1:45, I would imagine. The team lineups are out. So catch me for that on Saturday, the pre-match. Then obviously, if you want commentary after that, then you'll probably switch over to the Toon Review and join Paul and Billy for their excellent commentary that they always do. And then I may do a match reaction after the game. So keep an eye out for that one as well. Sunday, I don't know what I've got on Sunday yet. But yeah, lots of exciting shows coming up, guys. And so just keep an eye on it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to John's channel, then you know where John's at. It was just on screen as well before there also. So as I say, if you have enjoyed what you've seen tonight, then please do hit the likes. It does help the channel up the search. So do follow Sean the Sheep there and smash those thumbs ups. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come in to subscribe, come be part of this great community we got here, and also hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with any live shows, pre-records, or upcoming shows as well. And as the new season is coming now, the weekly feature will be back by popular demand because I've had people asking me about it, so it is definitely coming back. So yes, Cock of the Week will be back. So at the end of every week, we will pick out somebody who has been an absolute cock, and they will be named. They will get the trophy of Cock of the Week. So whether it's Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, you know, Craig Pawson, whoever it is, somebody will be Cock of the Week. So that is back by popular demand as well. But you know, even Ten Hag could be Cock of the Week. I don't know what Ten Hag feels to that. What do you think about that, Ten Hag? Do you want to be Cock of the Week? And oh, hang on, he's just looking there. Okay, he likes the idea of that, does he? Okay then. Or maybe Harry Maguire want to be Cock of the Week. There he is, Harry. There's Harry Maguire. But anyway, something to look forward to, guys, as well. Let's just nip into some comments before we wrap up as well. It's been a cracking show tonight, by the way. Alan says bye to you, mate, as well.
Alan.
Mark says top 4 Newcastle, absolutely, Mark. I'll watch you. MD blog, Match Day blog says Alan. Great show, guys. Cheers, Ian. Thanks very much, mate. Good night and take care. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Julie. Great show. Thank you very much again, Julie. And Alan says he meant the vlog. Yeah, he's going to watch your Match Day vlog as well, John. So, and no doubt you'll be on Pete's channel as well. Maybe he'll go around and see Pete after the game and do an interview with him as well. So,
sure.
Get on his fan reactions at the end as well. Along with the likes of Lawrence and whoever else will be there, John maybe. So yeah, there'll be a few anyway.
Archer as well. I'm sure Adam,
Archer, yeah.
Maybe Adam as well, if he catches him on time, Adam P. And I think Paul might be up on Saturday as well, by the looks of it. I could be wrong, but he's coming up on Saturday from what I know.
Oh, TTR Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going in the stack on Saturday, John?
I am, mate. Going to the stack on Saturday. I mean, I'll do that.
See what the match day is like on the stack, yeah.
110%. I mean, there'll be plenty of singing, I'm sure. And I'm sure I'm going to get stopped by people saying that, no, can't get a photo. That's what YouTube's all about. If they ask you for a photo, do it. It's the end of the day, right? They're your fans. They watch your channel. Look after them. That's quite done.
Yeah. So just looking here, there's seen there's some changes on VAR before anybody goes, by the way. So the video assistant refereeing system will have a higher bar for intervening than before. So the referee's call means that VAR should only intervene if they can see without any doubt on the pitch that the referee's made a mistake. Because Howard Webb says we want to have the confidence not to be too forensic on our analysis. Away from VAR, attacking players blocking or obstructing opposition players at a set piece will be penalised more strictly. The handball law will be relaxed a tad. Players have been told by the Premier League they don't have to move their arms rigidly by their sides or behind their backs. The position of their arm or hand will be judged in relation to the movement of their body. Meanwhile, a non-deliberate handball that leads to a penalty will no longer be an automatic booking offence. During penalties, a ball must be on or hanging over the centre of the penalty spot rather than at any point of the spot, so you can't put it at the edge of a spot now. Encroachment by players into the box when the penalty is taken will be penalised if it has an impact. This means if the opposition player has an impact or the kicker prevents a goal or chance on the rebound. If the penalty taker's teammate, the encroachment is relevant or the impact or distract the goalkeeper and they score or create a chance. Ball boys and girls are allowed to give the ball to a goalkeeper to take the restart instead of having the keeper to pick it up off a cone as well, off the multi-ball system. The one more tiny change is 5 substitutes can warm up at the same time on the touchline, up from 3. So 5 subs can warm up now. There will be a new ball this season. It's called a Nike Flight, which has got built-in aerosculpt technology with grooves debased into casing to allow air to travel seamlessly around the ball, delivering a truer flight. So there we go. So some interesting changes there for the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be TV problems, but you know what it is? It's just go with it. Don't go for the first week. You got to give it like a couple months to find out, just to settle in. But it's going to be interesting. Go back to what you said about boys and lads and lasses picking the ball out and give to the keeper. Yeah, they're just trying to speed up the game now, are they? Trying to speed the game up.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They just don't like time wasting.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But it's what it is, man.
John.
And
as long as we don't get anything like, we don't ever want to go down the route of seeing what, the Joe Hart situation again, when he swore at a ball boy that time in Brazil.
Yeah.
Because we were playing Italy and he wanted the ball and he said, give me that effing ball to the ball boy, and got into trouble for that, Joe Hart. He got told to watch his language and everything because apparently the 13-year-old ball boy got upset with the language that he used.
I would be as well if I was 13, I'm telling you. You cannot do that. You can't do that. Look at Eden Hazard, what he did to the young lad against Swansea. He got sent off for actually pushing the lad, didn't he? He pushed the lad, didn't he? Got sent off for that.
Yeah. There's no need for it whatsoever.
I agree.
I mean, you can see Joe Hart thing. You can see it's in the heat of the moment. England were 2-1 down. We needed to try and get an equaliser, and he wanted the ball quick. But, I suppose emotions overtake you sometimes. But look, but you don't swear at people like that. Not youngsters anyway, because that can put them off wanting to even do it again. They might say, "We'll never do that again," because don't want to be in that situation. So,
I totally agree.
Anyway, guys and girls, it's been a cracking show tonight. We've had a little bit talk on the transfer window, on the Carabao Cup tie, and Tonali coming back as well, which is great news, by the way. So, all that leaves me to say is remember the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And I'll see you very, very soon. So take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening, whatever you're doing, whether you're going to bed to get up for work in the morning, or you're still going to burn the midnight oil for a little bit longer. Do enjoy the rest of the evening. It's goodbye from me.
And how will the lads for me? And see if you go to the match on Saturday, guys, then just come to us and say hi.
Absolutely.
I'll be in the stack and I'll be at the match.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Away the lads and the lasses.
Away
the tune.
Away the tune.